rounds of action, of course. First round, 10 minutes, the marathon round. Second round, 5 minutes. The Voice, Michael Chavello, and Frank Trigg with you. And the Megaton champion comes out swinging.
He's already been hit twice. James Thompson's already rocked a little bit. He got hit twice in that first exchange.
They clinch up against the ropes. A massive horde of photographers are here ringside. This card has attracted so much attention here in Japan and right around the world. Thompson clubs away to the orbital bone.
So Thompson's always had this problem in the past where he comes out really, really strong and really hard, but if someone comes out at him just as hard or as strong, he gets stuck. And now he's going to have his back almost half this round. I can guarantee his back will be caught against the ropes. Unless he's learned something new in his new training camp, he spends most of his time just like this, caught.
Thompson, who came out at the press conference and said, I'm going to separate Kawaguchi's head from his shoulders. And he looks to do that with the farewell knee. Muay Thai clinch around the back of the neck, dropped down to a double leg, gave up on it and pops the uppercut. Exciting start from these two big men. They trade leg kicks. The better one was thrown by Kawaguchi. Right hand lead there from the Colossus. Knee to the midsection, belly button through the back, then one to the liver.
James definitely worked on his Muay Thai, that's for sure. And he worked on thinking he can shoot. Oh, but he still doesn't work on keeping his chin down.
That chin up in the air, right for the picking, gets tagged, smack bang on the kisser, right hand there from Kawaguchi. Couple of knees to the midsection, trying to fold him in half like origami. And what a lot of action so far, Frank, with 1 minute 25 down.
Dude, this is great. I mean, I like how Dream always starts out. You know, we were looking at it earlier, and we were looking at some of the guys who are on the undercard. Essentially, these are guys that should be on main card events. Of course, we're showing all the fights here tonight on HDNet, so it makes it a little bit easier. But the majority of the time, you're missing 4 or 5 of these fights, and every one of these fights is great.
Wild looping punches there from the Colossus. He's beaten some people in his career, James Thompson. The likes of Don Fry, Dan Severin, Hidehiko Yoshida, Giant Silver, Sentoryu. Drops down again, but no takedown here. Drills a knee to the midsection once more, the Colossus. Kawaguchi backs him into the red corner. Can the Colossus lock on that Muay Thai clinch again? Not so long as Kawaguchi's got his wrist tied up. Now he does. Couple of knees. Turns the head around, but no power, and gets collected with that right hand again by Kawaguchi. The Megaton champion unloading. Thompson's got to go for the ropes here.
Jeez, well, he survived that little onslaught, which is rare for him.
I cannot believe the little protection that James Thompson gives his jawline. His chin must hate him.
Especially for the amount of times you've been knocked out. You think you go back into your training camp and go, why am I still getting knocked out? What's my defense like? What do I got to do? And he's not working on it. He was working on it a little bit by shooting. You can't really get hit when you shoot right, but.
Bloodied nose and the bloodied top lip here of Kawaguchi as Thompson tries to shoot in off a leg kick. Still no success for that move. Clinched up again. Thompson with the knees. Walks him back towards the neutral corner. Kawaguchi puts him on the turnbuckle.
Okay, this makes no sense to me. James did all the work. He pushed him all the way across the ring rope, and then when he finally got him to the corner, he gets spun around and gets put himself in the corner. I mean, to do all that work, guys, if you're fighting at home, you're training for a fight or training somebody for a fight, they do all that work to get all the way to the corner. You got to make sure you put your opponent in your corner, all right, which is what Kawaguchi did. Thompson did all the work, though. He got another benefit out of it. That just makes no sense.
Kawaguchi again with that right hand. Thompson went down for a double leg, got uppercutted, chin through the top of the head. Kawaguchi is devastating with that right hand. Thompson with the Muay Thai clinch. The knees are being caught in the forearms, however. They won't score for him, and they won't do much damage.
And they take a lot of energy away to lift that big-ass leg all the way up to that chin.
Now he turns Kawaguchi around. He looked for the right hand, but Kawaguchi got on the inside of it, and they drift back to center ring. Jab 2 from Kawaguchi. Hooks it! Oh, the big kibosh! Thompson in trouble! Hammering it down on the side of the head. Yosuke Kawaguchi. Thompson just taking shot after shot after shot. Ties him up for preservation, pulls the head down, going for the meet and greet. Still no mustard behind those shots or any other sort of condiment.
Wow, no mayonnaise or nothing?
Thompson just hasn't got the power in his strikes anymore here. And we're not even halfway through the opening round. Muay Thai clinch again.
These are the rounds that make you find out if you're a real fighter or not, because a 5-minute first round, you kind of find your pace, you kind of find your rhythm. The 10-minute first round, you can't really get into that space. You get exhausted. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to get through a 10-minute round, especially with these big guys.
And he's already gone a lot longer than most people thought as Thompson gets caught again with that stunning right hand. The Megaton champion on the front foot tags him again with the right hand. He's taken more shots than LMFAO as James Thompson here in the first. Got to give it, though, for resilience for the Colossus. Some of these shots would have dropped and finished a lesser man. But that is a head on the Brit that knows how to take a knock. Uppercut again from Kawaguchi. Is Thompson spent here, Frank?
I think he is. And part of it, too, is getting hit and, getting your brain rattled a little bit. That really takes a lot of energy out of you. Plus, all the things he's doing is all energy emphasis. Like, he's doing real hard power doubles and missing. Doing real hard uppercuts and real hard right hands, they're missing. Real big knee shots, but they're missing. So he's doing a lot of work for a little damage.
Nice high knee there from Thompson, and again gets counted. 3, 4, 5 punches. All of those landed. Make it 6, 7, 8. 9. Kawaguchi opening up on him, and still a long way to go in this marathon first round. 4 minutes of punishment, unless Thompson, the Colossus, can somehow swing the pendulum. Goes to the body, then up to the head. And Kawaguchi just shoots out of the red corner.
Yeah, both guys are really tired for sure, but obviously Thompson taking more of the damage than Kawaguchi.
Good right hand up the center corridor from Kawaguchi. Jab 2, missed the target. Single leg here from Thompson. Can he finally get the takedown? Hopscotch here for Kawaguchi. Maintains his vertical base. Thompson wants him down, and he gets him down finally. Inside the half guard of the Japanese judo player.
Oh, he's done all this work to get him down to the ground. He's shot 5 or 6 different times. He finally battled one down. Now what's he going to do with it? We haven't seen much submission game from James Thompson. Maybe he's learned something new, and that's why he wanted to get him down to the ground. To me, it didn't really make much sense because he doesn't really do much from here.
Forearm across the throat. Looking for a hammer fist strike momentarily. Thompson, let's see how he can work top position inside the half guard. Under 3 minutes remaining in the first round. Got that leg tied up as Kawaguchi, so Thompson can't pass and go to side control. And we throw it over to the handslater, our translator, Hans Thompson.
Kawaguchi's corner here is telling him he's tired. Just go ahead and take a break in half guard.
And I was just going to, that's funny because I was just going to comment that how Kawaguchi's doing a traditional judo style on his back. He's not being pinned. He's not in trouble of really getting damaged here. So he's just going to tie up, leg up on the leg, and kind of sit here and rest for a little bit. So that makes sense because his corner's telling him to do the exact same thing.
Rip to the body, then to the head from Thompson. Hammer fist strikes between the eyes, but no real telling blows here from the Colossus. It has been Kawaguchi's opening round. 2 minutes 20 now remaining for Thompson to somehow turn the tide.
He's got to get past.
He's not going to do it like this exactly, Frank. He's got to get that leg out. He's got to pass.
Yeah, he's got to pass. If he doesn't pass, he's stuck. And it really, you're hitting, but there's no hip turn. There's no real power behind it. It's all arm punching, which means once you get back to your feet, you're going to be even more tired.
Kawaguchi sits up against the ropes now. Thompson back to his feet, lands a couple of uppercuts. Kawaguchi returns to his feet and gets the right hand for his efforts. Slightly better showing here from the Colossus. Locks onto that single again. He wants him on his butt. But Kawaguchi will not go down for a second time. Rocks the head back to Thompson. Looks for that diesel piston uppercut again. 2 big men in the ring here. Thompson just waits forward. Oh, and he gets counted. Sends him rolling back against the ropes.
Thompson throws that lazy right leg, and he's so far in. He's so close that it's almost like he's throwing a knee, but ends up kicking with a shin. He's been countered for the second time this round.
They go to ground for the second time. Thompson once again, top position. Butterfly guard here from Kawaguchi.
One hand
sweep him.
One hand tied up, one hand over the hook. I mean, he's ready. He can do whatever he wants in here. Kawaguchi's taking a break. And Thompson's still working.
1 minute left in the first round.
To be honest with you, I don't think we get this far into the round. I thought for sure it would have been over even before we got halfway.
Tying up that left arm. Thompson just yanks it out. You see the blood still spewing from the nose here of Kawaguchi. Couple of hammer fist strikes, but nothing really getting through cleanly here for the Colossus. Good elbow there to the liver section, then goes back upstairs to the orbital bone. Just needs a bit more pepper, though, behind those left-hand strikes. Half a minute remaining here in the first. Been better signs in the last 2 minutes or so from Thompson as he mounts him for the first time. This is interesting. But Thompson looks very arm-weary here. If only he could have gotten this position around 5 minutes ago, because those arms look tired now, Frank.
Yeah, he's really tired. And he's been doing a lot of arm punching to begin with, even when he was punching earlier. So his arms have got to be complete fatigue at this point.
End of the round. He is still game, though. And nobody thought it to go this far. Nice jab, 2 off the bell there from Kawaguchi. Good leg kick from Colossus.
Finally threw a tight one. Now threw a lazy inside leg kick. So this is the problem. He throws these lazy kicks and he's going to get hurt.
Single leg.
Kawaguchi does a good job of keeping his balance. He's got real good judo balance in that one leg. You really got to move him side to side.
First time seeing Kawaguchi in Dream. Maybe some promise. They desperately need some Japanese heavyweights. Could he be the one? Jab 2 again from Kawaguchi. 4-punch combination. The right cross at the end caught the Colossus.
You know, Michael, I got to tell you, Japan's hugely infatuated, and it's almost a fetish with the culture over here for big guys. Like, that's the big thing, is the big sumo and the big. That's why Bob Sapp was so good when he was over here, when he was competing, and guys like Coleman and Kerr, when they're in the early days, because they're just huge guys, and it made sense for them to be over here. But it's a culture that has a fetish for big guys because they don't have very many big guys within their culture. And so it's tough to find. You know, just per capita, there's no big guys that are good. Hopefully Kawaguchi's the next big push.
A lot of instruction coming from the corner of Kawaguchi, running in front of our commentary position. That's what they asked him to do, throw the leg kicks to the lead thigh. Thompson checks the second one, but it was a lazy check. Thompson is gassed here, but for that matter, so too is Kawaguchi. Tie clinch, high knees from Thompson. Still just can't thread the point of the knee to the jawline of Kawaguchi. Hamslater.
They're yelling at him, get separation, get separation. Don't play his game and clinch up with him here.
Long, loping jab there from the Colossus. You see how both men are very flat-footed now. Goes for a single again, does James Thompson. It's the balance here, though, of Kawaguchi that Frank spoke about earlier on.
Well, the other problem is, too, that James is just holding on to the leg. He's not moving his feet. You want to be a good wrestler, you got to move your feet. Take a guy down, and that's how he got the takedowns, by moving his feet sideways. Finally, Kawaguchi fell over. If you're just going to stand and hold it, waste energy, what's the point?
Thompson in the top position. One butterfly hook here on from Kawaguchi on his back. Under 3 minutes remaining. Second and final round of the opening match of Dream 16. Michael Chavello, Frank Trigg with you.
For a guy that didn't spend much time on his back in judo, you know, it's a throwing art. You spend much time on your feet. Kawaguchi's actually pretty good up from his back, at least with James Thompson. You know, he's really good off his back. It's a great job of holding him off and taking a break. He's really resting here, which is a bit of a problem for James up until now. He finally gets the guard pass.
And he's going to mount him for the second time in this fight, James Thompson. He did some in the first round, but it came with only about 30 seconds to go. He's got a long time here, and the referee should move them away from the corner and recommence them towards the center of the ring, which will be a prosperous position for James Thompson. The blood around the lips here of Kawaguchi. He looks like a circus clown. It should resume for the mount here for Thompson, and it does, with a lot of space to work. Let's see what the Colossus can do. Posting up on that right arm, bit of a hammer fist strike. Will he go for just a ground and pound, or will he try and work a submission here? Will he maybe swing across and try an arm bar? Certainly been a stellar second round here for James Thompson. Hasn't been the prettiest of fights, but it has been entertaining for the opener of Dream 16, the most stacked Dream card yet. And there it is, into the second and final.
Kawaguchi.
First judge goes for Kawaguchi.
D16 Thompson.
Split.
1-1.
He's surprised.
Kawaguchi takes a split decision.